Man City listen along with me, Dan Fielden, of course. Apparently, the very own John Moxon. Don't know how. I think it's the looks. We both look like an aging teenager that's gone wrong. But you'll have to put up with my voice once again. As City against Marseille at home in probably the biggest game of the year. It means everything. The points are the most vital points needed in the history of City. At a hell, it's the most pointless game, but for some reason Guardiola's playing a very, very strong lineup tonight. He stuck to his guns. A lot of people were saying, why is he why is he not making any substitutions? And he came out and said, well, everybody who didn't play at the weekend was going to play tonight, and he seems to have stuck to his guns, because I think, other than Gundogan, unless somebody can correct me, we have an entirely rotated squad. Zach Steffen starts in goal. Kyle Walker returns to the lineup, with Nathan Ake filling in for left back. Well, Nathan Ake and Laporte both start tonight, so whichever one plays left back is up to, well, anyone's guess. You know the players play anywhere on the pitch. But everyone's fan favourite, Eric Garcia, also starts tonight. In midfield, you have Gundogan, Sleeping Pill, Fernandinho, and Bernardo Silva. Up front is a bit of a controversial one. Phil Foden is up front. Hopefully he might drop deeper into more central midfield, a role where most of us want him to play and perform well in. And he is supported by Riyad Mahrez and Ferran Torres, who will most likely play as our main striker tonight. Marseille are full of a team of players I haven't got a clue about, by one former Newcastle player, and I still can't pronounce his name right, so I'll just say their numbers as per usual of any away team that I do not know. But yeah, keep your comments coming, Blues, as throughout the night. You know me, I like to read as many as I can. If I rant, you know me, I like to have a little rant. Tell me to pipe down or join in the rant. Share your views, your opinions, and your positivity. Let's have another positive one. I tried so hard to have a positive live last time, and it worked. Didn't have any rants. Despite the fact we obviously won, so there wasn't any reason to have a rant.
Dan, can you hear me?
Yeah, Blues. Keep the comments coming. Just get the comments brought up myself, because there is no point me looking at a screen where I can't see comments and you lot all messaging me without having a clue what you're saying. Hope everyone's well. Evening, Neil. Spoke to Laney this morning. You spoke to Laney, but you didn't speak to me. Unlucky for you now, I guess. Evening, Jenny. Predictions. Oh, I didn't give my predictions, did I? I'm a bit like Laney tonight. I was going to wait until the team lineup. I was expecting us to play a lot of youth tonight. So it's a very strong lineup, it has to be said. So I'm going to go for a 4-1 win. Quite calm and composed score prediction from me for once. Normally it's about 7 or 8-0. But no, I'm going to go for a 4-1 win tonight.
Can you hear me, Dan?
How are you doing, Addy Banjo? Great name, absolutely great name. Hashtag come on City, absolutely. And Jenny, you're saying 3-1. So close to me, just one less. But yeah, keep your comments coming, Blues. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on the game, who the standout players are. And yeah, let's see how the game goes. Also, can anybody just let us know? Tom is going to do a quick speak in the background. If somebody could let us know if anybody can hear him, because he has to stay in because of the technical difficulties at the weekend. He's going to stay on the game this time, so he'll let us know if any problems and he'll jump straight on. But yeah, Tom's going to make some noise now, and if anybody can let us know if you can hear him, please do in the comments.
Hello, Blues. Tom here. It's just a quick one. Just let me know if you can hear me. We would really, really appreciate it. Dan, can you hear me? I think we're good. If Dan can't hear me, that means I can call him absolutely anything right now, doesn't it? Okay.
I can't hear him. All you can see is my the picture of my face. He was saying something, I hope, or unless it was just miming. So if anybody can hear you, Neil says yes, I can hear you. Can hear you, Tom. I think that might have worked now. Think so. We'll find out either way. But City have kicked off. Jenny's also saying she can still hear you. He'll be quiet. He'll just sit in this corner and listen to me. You know what Tom's like. He stays out of the limelight. But yeah, City kicked off in a very attractive home shirt that everybody likes. Nobody dislikes at all. And we're obviously playing from left to right, as we always do. Interesting to see a Kyle Walker in the lineup tonight. Obviously, he was dropped against Fulham at the weekend. Many of us predict he'll start against United. No reason he can't. You know, he's got the energy, but he was dropped at the weekend. Maybe it's just to get a bit of rest. You know, as Tom also says, he's been his favourite player so far this season. He's started very well as the ball played well over the top to Nathan Ake on the left wing. Played a delightful through ball into Phil Foden, who crosses it in. Bernardo Silva with a header, cleared by the defence, only as far as Fernandinho, but the offside flag is raised for Bernardo Silva. In fact, no, it wasn't the offside flag. It was a free kick because it seems to have touched his hand. But Nathan Ake was picked out beautifully. It was an offside flag for Phil Foden, but he was quite clearly onside, it has to be said. But nonetheless, Marseille have a free kick, a minute and a half in. Hopefully, it's not going to be like the Olympia at the Porto game where the goalkeeper has more kicks than our strikers. But let's see if we can continue that goal scoring fun. Obviously, last Champions League fixture was the first time in City's Champions League history we failed to score a single goal in a match. So fingers crossed it starts a bit brightly today. But as I was saying, keep your comments coming, Blues. Let me know how you get the games coming on. Keep your score predictions coming in, and keep your favourite player on the night, most informed player of the night. And also, let's have, as this is technically a nothing game, throw some topics out at me that you want to discuss while we're going through this, relative to the game tonight, preferably. But I know a lot of them will be talking about Eric Garcia, of course, but it is what it is. But yeah, for those who have just joined, it's Zach Steffen in goal. Kyle Walker just bombing up the right here, drives it infield. Ferran Torres tries to feed through Bernardo Silva in the penalty box, can't beat the first defender. And Marseille clear only as far as one of their midfielders who knocked it out straight for a throw into City on the near touchline. But yeah, the team lineup is Steffen, Walker, Ake, Laporte, Garcia, Fernandinho, Gundogan, Bernardo Silva, Phil Foden, Ferran Torres, and everyone's fan favourite, Riyad Mahrez. But yeah, City on the ball now through Nathan Ake, who looks to be playing more left-back rather than Aymeric Laporte. Ball fed in through Fernandinho to Ferran Torres, trying to pick out İlkay Gundogan on the left. Doesn't go through, and the ball is won by Marseille. However, Gundogan does well to get a nick in there and win the ball back for City. Marseille win back possession straight away and now start an attack. A bit sloppy in the opening 3 minutes, but Marseille on the ball, a charge on the right-hand side. Nathan Ake holding his ground well, but the ball's fed past Nathan Ake on the right-hand side for Marseille. Ball pulled back into the penalty box. It's whipped, and Zach Steffen is able to claim high. Be interesting to see how Zach Steffen performs tonight. Obviously, USA's number one, City's second choice. Maybe a few minutes tonight, maybe, hopefully the full 90 minutes, providing any injuries don't occur. His throw was a little bit wayward, but Kyle Walker was able to get back and keep hold of the ball for City. But yeah, I'll just cut a quick run through the comments. Neil, Dan thinks Sergio needs a run out. He does need a run out. But right now, I wouldn't risk him because I personally wouldn't play him. I wouldn't start him anyway in the game against the Scum at the weekend. But yeah, he definitely does need a run out at some point. He needs a goal. He's gagging for a goal, isn't he? I know he's been out injured, but he's gagging for a goal. Shane didn't want to see a Delap appearance, but I understand he wants to keep the form and confidence going. Shane, Delap wouldn't have been involved even if Pep wanted him to tonight. He isn't in the... Ferran Torres pushing through. Phil Foden on the left-hand side in the penalty box. Pulls it in. Ferran Torres can't control the ball well. Can't get the shot away, and it's cleared by Marseille. Nathan Ake wins back the ball straight away for City. Feeds in Phil Foden, who's under a heavy challenge from the Marseille defender. Managed to keep hold of the ball. Fernandinho tries to play through ball to Bernardo Silva. Doesn't come through. Marseille able to break through on the right here. Man in acres of space. but our Merritt Laporte comes back and intercepts perfectly and plays it back to goalkeeper Zach Steffen. James, how are you doing, pal? I live a red. I haven't stopped laughing since last night. Who can't stop laughing since last night? It's the comedy gold that keeps on coming, and that is Manchester United. Enjoy your Thursday night, lads. Our team, our boys, will be putting their feet up, ready for the weekend after another Wednesday night Champions League performance. But yeah, and full credit to our, makeshift assassin in Angelino, as Ferran Torres almost gets a nick of the ball inside the penalty box from goalkeeper Steve Mandanda, who holds onto the ball quite well, to be fair, is able to clear it for Marseille, only as far as Merritt Laporte. Centre-back position. He feeds a ball crossed over to Nathan Ake on the left-hand side, pulls it in, finds Phil Foden under a challenge from the Marseille man, keeps hold of the ball, plays it back to Ake on the left wing, drives it infield to Ilkay Gundogan. Nice 1-2 with Phil Foden. Ilkay Gundogan's looking for that forward ball, crosses it into Riyad Mahrez, who's playing more centrally at the moment. Passes it out wide to Nathan Ake, who's in the left wing position, pulls it inwards to Bernardo Silva, just on the edge of the penalty box. Doing a bit of dribbling, pulls it into Phil Foden, crosses it in by Bernardo Silva. Kyle Walker up there with the head. Well wide. And I believe he's being judged as offside for that one. Nicholas, how are you doing? 3-0. Phil from... Well, that's one hell of a name. I'll just say your second name. Waity. Well, yeah. Come on, City 4-0. Nice scoreline. Shibani, that's how you say your name. Who scored? No one yet. It's 0-0 with 7 minutes played. Yeah, anyway. City with the ball through Merritt Laporte in the centre circle. Feeds it into Ilkay Gundogan. Great ball pass forward to Kyle Walker, well into a lot of space on the right-hand side. Tries a driven shot, cross in. Takes a touch off the Marseille defender and falls gracefully into the hands of Steve Mandanda in goal. But City able to win back possession just on the edge of the penalty box. Riyad Mahrez 1-on-1 with the keeper. Can't slot it past the keeper. A great save with his right foot. Mahrez arguably should have done better. The keeper was spread with acres of space either side of him, to be fair. But it was Fernandinho with a heavy challenge, but winning the ball comfortably. Playing Riyad Mahrez through, who was offside, but the linesman didn't call it. And it is out for an early City corner here. Steve Mandanda with the arm raised, saying, referee, why isn't that offside? We don't care. We've got a corner. Phil Foden to take it, left-footed. Got the tall lads in there, driven in. Finds the first man in Eric Garcia, of all people, knocking it on. Ilkay Gundogan on the edge of the penalty box. Heads it back in. Nathan Ake can't get there. Marseille are able to clear on a great great chance now. Kyle Walker intercepts and able to come away with the ball comfortably. Interesting start. Marseille looking to do more defending and then get on the counter-attack. Counter-attack's not working for them so far. City are able to get men back in numbers quickly. But we've also started brightly. Mahrez with the one-on-one with the keeper. It just doesn't come to fruition. But he should have done better for me, Riyad Mahrez. Referee's just pulling play back here. Ferran Torres is down on the deck, wheeling on pain or something. Hobbling off his right foot. Just going to see a replay here. He takes the ball inward with his right foot, and the Marseille defender stands on his left foot, I believe. See a replay. On the back of his right. Oh, the heel of his right foot. That's a painful one if anyone's ever had one of them. It's one of them immediate impact ones that just sting like hell. So he's already up and running away, so it's absolutely fine. City a bit loose with possession. Fernandinho doing his trademark. I'll just run and take out the player and try to win back the ball. Technically did, as the referee didn't give any advantage, but Marseille still come away with the ball. Nice little bit of passing from Marseille in the centre of the pitch. Florian Thauvin, former Newcastle wingers, just dropping a bit deeper to help out his defenders. A bit of passing rhythm going for Marseille here. Bernardo Silva comes back to put Marseille under pressure, and they just loft the ball forward to one of the attackers. Doesn't come to fruition, and Eric Garcia wins back possession for City. Plays it back to Zach Steffen, who clears it. Riyad Mahrez getting back well to control the ball under a heavy challenge on the Marseille player. Gets the advantage for the referee, feeds Phil Foden through. Just decides to pull it back, Phil Foden. There was no space to run into and no one further up the pitch for him to play it to. So he plays it back all the way to Merritt Laporte. What's everyone's thoughts on Garcia tonight then? Sharma Chawa, do one. Stop posting illegal live links on the page. You will get this page shut down. Anybody who promotes any illegal live links will be banned from the page for the lifetime, basically. Tom Brunt has not gone through all this effort to create this page for people to get it shut down because I can't be asked to pay BT fees. And that's coming from me, a Yorkshireman, for Christ's sake. And if I'm having a go at you for not being able to pay for things or not wanting to pay for things, then you know you're in the mess. So, yeah, you are getting deleted. Thank you very much. But, yeah, what's everyone's thoughts on Eric Garcia playing tonight then? Is it it a good thing? You know, technically it's a nothing game in terms of places. Is it better playing him and risking the loss and not having any injuries to any first team players, i.e. John Stones and Ruben Diaz currently? But at the same time, we've got two other centre-backs on the pitch, and Nathan Ake and Aymeric Laporte. Would you rather have Benjamin Mendy or Alexander Zinchenko playing left-back tonight? Let me know your thoughts on Eric Garcia. Let's have a look. Frank Lane, regards Garcia, why not bog off with Mahrez being too free? You know the one, you buy one, you get one free. Neil, no beer tonight, Dan? Not yet, mate. Give it half time. Your game started well, so I might not need any booze tonight. I'm trying to lay off it as much as I can, but see how that goes. I'm already gagging for a little bit of alcohol, but you know. City with the ball right now. Free kick on the outside. Gundogan plays it in. Perfect height for Aymeric Laporte to get onto the head. Just wide of the goal. Just wide. He's claiming it came off the defender last. It didn't. It came off Aymeric Laporte and it goes out for a goal kick. Great whipped ball in by Okay Gundogan on the free kick on the right-hand side. James Taylor, how are you doing? Hopefully you've not got your kit on, James. You know when you've got your City kit on, we tend to lose. So hopefully you've not got it on. That sounded a bit wrong, me saying I hope you haven't got your kit on, but you know exactly what I mean, and unfortunately only you do. City win back the ball with Eric Garcia. City aren't doing their free-flowing, all-out attack, which is, you know, okay, I guess. We've had one-on-one chance with Riyad Mahrez facing Steve Mandanda in goal. Hit it straight at his right foot, really, but it was enough. Laney, do you think all four EDS lads will get some beneficial game time tonight? I would have started from the start, mate, to be fair. The lads need minutes. I don't want them to be just like, a nothing game. We'll play you for a few minutes in the second half. I'd start them. See what these lads can do with many of the first team players. You know, you're never going to know what the team's like mixing and gelling with all the youth if you don't play them. But yeah, that's my stance on it, but I won't get into too much of a rant on there. City, a bit loose in possession. Marseille clear, but Nathan Ake's big head is able to win back possession for City as it's played forward again by Marseille. Nathan Ake gets another head onto it, but Marseille able to pick up possession again on the right-hand side through Florian Thauvin. I presume that's how you say his name. It's how it's spelt, but, you know, these French players, it anything really, can't it? Ball played beautifully through by Marseille. Played out on the right-hand side, driving in. Tries to pull it back. Nathan Ake getting interception, winning the ball and keeping possession for himself. Smashes the ball forward to try and find Ferran Torres, but it finds the Marseille man instead under pressure. Marseille again on the right-hand side. Cross a beautiful ball in. Testing ball. Came off the Marseille player last. Well wide. I don't think he was expecting it. It was Germain. Sure, he used to play for Monaco. And he's headed it wide and out for a goal kick. Remember, Blues, Zach Steffen in goal tonight. No worries, Shane. Cheers, Laney. Laney, if you're watching the live throughout, can you block the people who are putting the illegal links on, please, pal? Because if anybody reports us with showing like illegal links, you know, the page will get shut down. So if you are tooting about on the comments, can you ban them, please, pal, so we don't get the Muppets doing it again? Christopher Fons replying to Laney, I think if we get an early goal, it could happen, but if we get 1 or 2 down, Pep will freak out and put on KDB, Sterling and Jesus. They might not, Christopher, once. Like it is a nothing game in essence, as Marseille play on the break on the left-hand side. Kyle Walker using his strength and his pace to get back well, nudging the Marseille player off the ball, winning back the ball for City and plays it back to Zach Steffen in goal. Finds Nathan Ake, who can't find Phil Foden further up the pitch on the left-hand side. Marseille player cuts it out but knocks it out for a throw-in on the far side, in which Nathan Ake is going to take. 15 minutes played. The scoreline remains 0-0. Lorraine, I love having Lorraine on these chats because it's nothing but positivity. Manchester City will win the Champions League. I love that positivity. Absolutely love it. Now then, Natalie, got it right this time. How are you doing? Does your heart bleed for poor old United? Does it? Still laughing. And I was laughing in my sleep. My wife kept hitting me over the face because I was laughing that much. She just left the room herself. Marseille win back the ball as Ferran Torres was trying to feed the ball through into the penalty box. Kyle Walker again able to get a nudge on the Marseille player who was waiting for the ball to come on the near touchline, nudging him off the ball, and it goes out for a City throw-in on the near side. Aymeric Laporte in the centre circle on the ball, feeds it to Eric Garcia, plays it back to Aymeric Laporte, and then Fernandinho has dropped him more left wing back, helps him out under pressure, plays it back to Laporte, who plays a beautiful ball across to Nathan Ake, who looks like he was built to play in that left back role tonight. He started very well. He's getting high up the pitch. He's got some good running pace on him. Eric Garcia feeding the ball through to Riyad Mahrez. Nice 1-2 with Ilkay Gundogan, who plays it to Aymeric Laporte. Plays it out wide to Fernandinho. Driving infield, nice crossed ball all the way out to Kyle Walker, making a great run. He gets there in time, keeps the ball in play, crossed the ball in, and it was Ferran Torres running into the box there, trying to get a little nick on it. And if he would, it would have been in the back of the net, hopefully. But the Marseille defender able to clear it out for a City corner. So another City corner, 16 minutes in. Kyle Walker well onside. The ball by Fernandinho was beautifully played, and Kyle Walker did very well to stay on his feet and keep the ball in play, and the cross as well. Ferran Torres just needs to be a bit more pacey in there, and he might have got a touch to find the back of the net. Phil Foden to take the corner here, left-footed, whipped in. Marseille head, clears it away, only as far as Nathan Ake on the far side, near the corner flag once again. Pulls it back to Ilkay Gundogan, who's dropped a bit deeper. Finds Fernandinho, under a lot of pressure from the Marseille player, has to fade it back to Kyle Walker, playing more centrally. Feeds out Nathan Ake on the left-hand side. Ilkay Gundogan once again. Fernandinho. Pulling the ball infield. Finds Bernardo Silva, who seems to be everywhere so far this match. Nathan Ake with the ball whipped in left-footed into the penalty box, cleared by Marseille's defenders. Ilkay Gundogan outside, tries to be fed through by Aymeric Laporte, trying to be the provider of the goal there. Doesn't quite work off. Aymeric Laporte sort of played the ball at him, and Gundogan couldn't control and kicks it out for a goal kick. 18 minutes played, the score remains 0-0. Lorraine says Derek will beat Derek says Man City will beat Marseille. Fingers crossed. And he's also saying a 3-0 City predicted win. Neil, absolutely. We are all over them. They are getting the slight chances to push up the pitch. They're not making the most of them, it has to be said. They are wasteful. But they are getting a hell of a lot more chances than the first game we played against them. But yes, City well on top. Should be one goal ahead, but it's the clinicalness. I need to get drinking tonight. I can't get my words out. It's the clinicalness of City that's missing this season. It showed again with Mahrez. His poor, well, not poor shot. It was on target, but keeper did well to spread himself. But he should have done better for me, Mahrez. But who am I? I'm not a professional football player most of the time. James Taylor, hopefully a 3-0 for City. Foden to score first. Hopefully Foden gets all 3 goals, pal. Laney, are we getting any halftime entertainment from Amy? Kick-up challenge or City trivia quiz? She doesn't know the offside rule, pal, so no chance of that. Bernardo Silva on the edge of the penalty box. Can't find the right shot. Nathan Ake wins the ball back for City. Finds Phil Foden. Back to Nathan Ake on the left-hand side. Pulls it back to Ilkay Gundogan in the centre of the park. Nice ball over the top. Finds Riyad Mahrez. Tries to head it back down to Bernardo Silva in the penalty box. Can't do it in time. And the referee has claimed there was a push by Nathan Ake there, and it's a free kick to Marseille. Laney, I can't see Foden starting against the Rags. Oh, I don't know. It's one of them. I think it was Emily, wasn't it, on one of the podcasts that Tom did with was it Brian and Sema? If anyone's seen it yet, the Monday Night Show podcast of Tom included, all 4 of them were discussing the game tonight, and Emily was saying that she'd like Phil Foden to start just because it's that Manchester blood, somebody who knows what the derby is. I'm not saying that some of these players in the current team don't know how much it means to us City fans. Growing up, the only thing you had to look forward to was getting a little win on United one season and obviously staying up. So I can sort of see Phil Foden starting, just for that bit more Manchester-ness about the game. But to be fair, even if he doesn't, it's the City winner I want at the end of the day. It doesn't matter who plays. Bernardo Silva almost breaking through the last man of Marseille's defence there. Does well to beat two. Breaks in the penalty box, but it's nicked off him at the last second. And Marseille able to clear the ball only as far as Aymeric Laporte, who shot more right-hand side of the centre-back position. James Irwin, proper tight Yorkshire lad. Aye, mate. You gotta be, aren't you? I may be a City fan at heart, have been since a very young age, and before anybody jumps in, well before the money. I remember when we were shit, so I put it that way. I am a Yorkshire lad, so I've got to be tight with money, aren't you? You're always like a good bargain, but yeah, when it comes to watching the football, if you want to follow City and you have City in your heart, if you have the money, that is, pay for it. If you don't go to illegal streams. Just listen to it on the radio. Don't be a tight sod. Again, Yorkshire lad talking here. Neil, no, Dan, should have played John Stones as he played well last two games. Yeah, but John Stones has been injury prone the past couple of years now. He's played 3 games on the trot now. Was it just 2? I'd rather rest him for this nothing game and play him straight in for the United game. Of course, yes, we know we've only played Burnley and Fulham of recent games in which Stones has played. United will sort of be that bigger test, not the biggest. It's only United, but relegation candidates the way them lot are playing, isn't it? I know they're ahead of us, you know what I mean. But no, I think it was right to rest John Stones tonight just to prevent any fatigue and injury. As we know, he is sometimes made of glass, but it's one of them. As Bernardo Silva's fed through in the centre of the park, finds Foden on the left wing, breaking into the penalty box, tries to pick out. He does pick out. Bernardo Silva, straight pass, hit off the Marseille defender, and Marseille are able to break clear, but they've been pegged back into the right back position by Nathan Ake and Phil Foden high up the pitch. Phil Foden forcing one of the Marseille defenders all the way back to the corner flag, but the Marseille man clears it well. Kai Walker does absolutely brilliant. Again, so far in the opening 22 minutes, Kyle Walker's been probably the best player on the pitch for City. He seems to be doing a lot. He's getting back. He's defending very well. And, he's winning the ball back. In the opening 23 minutes, City have had 174 passes to Marseille's 43 with 70% of the possession. So it says which way the game's going. Mahrez fed all the way with a diagonal ball played across, finds Kyle Walker breaking into the penalty box, and curse to the commentator, Kyle Walker can't control the ball, and Marseille come away with it, with playing the ball off Riyad Mahrez and winning a throw-in on the near side, which Sakai is going to take. Actually, I don't think that is Sakai. I don't know who that is, to be fair. But yeah. So yeah, 24 minutes played. The scoreline remains 0-0. City much on top, though. Adam O'Toole, my lad's gone to bed in his City kit. He's only 3. Bless him. Now that is a true blue. If you go to sleep in your City top, you're sleeping and living blue. Absolutely. I have nothing against that. I do them all to him, mate. Who's his favourite player? Neil Garcia, no, Stones all day. Garcia in for Stones for me, pal. Christophons, the only thing good with Garcia playing is that we can get any injuries on our other players, although I say that, Garcia has gone down with an injury. Actually, no, that's not a head-banging moment, is it really? Because the whole reason I was saying Garcia should be playing, so hopefully if we do ever if we do get any injuries, hopefully it'll be to a player like, no. You know what I mean when I'm going to say these words. It's not going to sound right, but you'll know what I mean. With Eric Garcia being on the pitch, he's sort of the player that I'd prefer to get injured over anybody else. A player that we don't really want at the club anymore. But he is down on the deck with his left leg being treated here. That's more around his knee. John Stones warming up. You never know, Neil. You might have just got your wish. The only thing with Garcia playing is we can get any injuries of our other players, but I'm all blue. If you don't want to play here, piss off. Absolutely, Chris. I've said that from day one. If you join, it's like I was saying about Pep a couple of podcasts ago. You don't join because of Pep Guardiola. You don't join because your best mate's playing for the club. You join because it's Manchester City. No other reason. If you're joining for any other reason, you're not a blue at all. Do one. Garcia is a Barcelona player through and through, and he is coming off for John Stones. So there you go, Neil. You've got your wish. John Stones coming on for Eric Garcia in the 26th minute here. Main reason we wanted Garcia to play, so if we did pick up any injuries, primarily he would be, I think, most people's preferred choice to be injured. But yeah, he has gone off for John Stones in the 26th minute. Laney, I've not got my kit on, Dan, listening to this whilst in the bath. As Homer Simpson once said, I'm all naked and wet. There's a thought for you. I do worry about you, Laney. I do worry about you, but at least you're listening to me. But the thoughts of you naked in a bath are not top of my priority right now. It's City winning. As Marseille try to cross in from the right-hand side, doesn't find a Marseille player, and City clear it. Ferran Torres trying to get the last touch on the ball to feed it through. Can't. Marseille able to win back the ball and start off an attack themselves. Lorraine, Kevin De Bruyne is not playing. He is on the bench. Derek's going for a 3-0 win, yeah. Latest in Group B, if anybody is interested, Real Madrid are 1-0 up against Mönchengladbach. Couldn't really care less, but if anybody is interested, there you go. Marseille breaking through on the right, having to pull it back through pressure from Phil Foden, Ferran Torres and Nathan Ake, all on the left wing. And Marseille able to find a breakthrough here. Phil Foden back in defence again. Nathan Ake doing brilliantly there to win back the ball, but he's gone down under a challenge. Referee's not given a free kick. Marseille win back possession. Played it through the legs of Nathan Ake, but the referee not giving a free kick as the Marseille player wanted. City under a bit of pressure. Phil Foden eventually clears the ball from the left back spot, only to find a Marseille head. Marseille are coming into the game a little bit here, inviting a lot of pressure on City on that left-hand side. But Marseille not really going anywhere, thankfully. They're playing it all the way back to their centre-backs under pressure from Ferran Torres. Playing it infield. Marseille still on the ball. Nice little passage of play. Ball crossed over the top. Aymeric Laporte gets back and heads it down to Bernardo Silva, who just smashes it out of play. Better safe than sorry as City finally make the substitution. John Stones finally on. I thought he'd come on, but it turns out he hadn't. So City were playing with 10 men. But luckily, John Stones Aldini is on in replace of Eric Garcia. Come on, John Stones, lad. John Stones, lad. Sound like Dan Halifax now. But yeah, we'll try to. Yeah, cheers, Laney. Cheers, Tom. Nathan Ake looking lively, one of our admins. I don't know who, but yeah, he is. Ake and Walker seem to be the most exciting players in terms of defence on the pitch. In terms of attack, Bernardo Silva seems to be everywhere. Mahrez has been quiet. Ferran Torres has been quiet. Phil Foden's getting on a lot of the ball, but it's been more winning the ball back and trying to find that pass, which isn't always a bad thing. Ilkay Gundogan okay. Fernandinho okay. Won a few challenges early on. Yes, Zach Steffen's not really been tested as the ball from Marseille played all the way through, every single player, all the way out for a goal kick to Zach Steffen. 29 minutes played, the scoreline remains 0-0. John Stones is the early substitution for City, with Eric Garcia going off with an injury to his left knee. Phil Foden doing well to control the ball there, keeping hold of possession. And a curse commentator again as Marseille win the ball off him. Play through on the right-hand side, one-on-one with Zach Steffen, and it is in the back of the net. Dimitri Payet has put Marseille 1-0 up. Oh, and it's offside. Blooming heck, the linesmen are now coming to City's aid. Would you ever see the day? But yeah, the ball played through here by Marseille, and Payet was a mile offside there. There you go, Neil. It lasted about, 29, 30 minutes. I said I was going to wait till half-time, and I didn't. If Carlsberg did dodgy half-time holdouts, yeah. But I am doing a bad product marketing here, as I'm going to have it in a carling glass, but who cares? It's lager all the same. Fernandinho on the ball in the centre of the park. Feeds the ball out to Kyle Walker in the right wing position. Brings it into Bernardo Silva. Kyle Walker picks up the ball once again. Finds John Stones. Cross to Aymeric Laporte under a lot of pressure from the Marseille attacker. Finds Nathan Ake on the left-back position. Feeds the ball infield to Phil Foden, who's loose touch again. Gives the ball away to Marseille. Fernandinho using his strength well, getting his body in the way between the ball and the Marseille man, going down and wins the free kick for City, in which the referee won't allow City to take it quickly. He wants the ball pulled back so he can have a word with the Marseille man. Free kick's eventually taken with Fernandinho on the ball again. Nathan Ake on the left-hand side. Pulls it infield to Ilkay Gundogan, who switches the ball all the way to Kyle Walker. Trying to look for that diagonal pass, but can't find it. Just finds Riyad Mahrez, who on the turn there, but gets back to hold the ball well. Feeds it infield to Fernandinho, looking for that out wide pass to Bernardo Silva. He finds Bernardo Silva, pulls it back to Riyad Mahrez, who's playing more in the right back position there. Plays it all the way back to John Stones. Feeds infield to Ilkay Gundogan, looking for that forward ball. Does find a forward ball. Ferran Torres on the turn, tries to beat the first man of Marseille, can't. Two men get back for them and win back the ball for the French team, French outfit, whatever you want to call it. As Dimitri Payet starts the attack, he has a long-range shot as he sees Zach Steffen out goals. Steffen, he's a lanky sod, able to hold his own and just catch the ball calmly, coolly, and collectively. If that was Ederson, I tell you what, the way Ederson comes out of his goal and how far he comes out of his goal, you could easily see that being in the back of the net from Payet, but Steffen's not an Ederson-type player, and he held his own and kept holding the ball for City and prevented a goal. Krista, I hate United, but I love Solskjaer. We know Adrian's got to stick together. Well, yeah, I can understand that, but he's a red at the end of the day, pal. Lorraine, this was before John Stones came on. John Stones was the man of the match. Well, he's on now. You never know. He might be a man in a match performance. He might get a few goals with his head, but yeah. Shane O'Hara, I think that's why Ake is a good buy. Pep loves a player that can play full-back and centre-back. Absolutely. He loves his versatile players. Hopefully, though, the next signing for City isn't a versatile player, but he's a bloody striker. Sod the versatility. I don't care if he can play left wing or right wing or attacking midfield. I want a striker, someone who can just put the ball in the back of the bloody net. But I know what you mean, pal. Dan, call your missus for a beer. I think you might need it. You can tell how far behind I were with the comments, Neil, as she did. She obviously heard your call. Mahrez having an attempt on goal there, and, well, came to nothing really. Ilkay Gundogan picks up the ball, breaks through, feeds in Ferran Torres in the centre of the park, lays it off to Riyad Mahrez with left-footed shots just wide, actually. It wasn't that far off. Good shot, but Mahrez has had two shots now. That one, well wide, in fact, actually. I take that back. Well wide. Taking effort as well. And it was one-on-one with Steve Mandanda in the 21st minute or something like that. And Mandanda saved well. And again, for those who are interested, not that you really should be, Real Madrid have gone 2-0 up against Mönchengladbach. Who cares? Don't know what the hell that was about, but, you know. But yeah, 34 minutes played. City remain 0-0. The scoreline remains 0-0, not City remain 0-0. You know what I mean. And this isn't John Motson, really, is it? Let's be honest. This is just me talking absolute gibberish most of the time. Villas-Boas, the former Chelsea and Spurs manager. He was Spurs manager, wasn't he? Having a right rant against the referee there, calling out for a free kick. But no, not a free kick, pal. City's ball, end of the day, with Aymeric Laporte and John Stones. Cheers, Adam. If you ask him now, he'll say he's daddy. if you come on the pitch, Adam, I'm sure you can score better goals than most of these lads on the pitch at the moment. Neil, give me the City manager's job. If you were predicting Garcia to be injured, please tell us the next injury so we can plan ahead, please. Free kick to Marseille, just on the edge of the penalty box. Nathan Ake making the foul. James said Barcelona had a nightmare yesterday. Absolutely. Thank God. O'Brien, how are you doing? How's Nathan Ake playing at left back? He's been solid, pal. Absolutely solid, Nathan Ake at left back. He's been very attackive as well for a makeshift left back who predominantly plays centre back. He's been very attackive. I didn't realise he was as quick as he was. He's got some legs on him. He's been holding up the ball well. John Stone's doing brilliantly here, pushing forward, trying to find that through ball. He can. He does, in fact. Fair play to John Stones. That was a good run from him. He starts off a City attack, and Ferran Torres is through on the right-hand side here. He's not through on the right-hand side. Everything I say is happening is cut out by the Marseille defenders. I'm going to say a player is through on goal here, and no, he's not, even though he is, and he might score. I know what I mean. But it was we're in the players are in good positions, but especially Nathan Ake. He's playing a makeshift left back. He's doing very well, playing far up the field. It has to be said. The ball's been played out to him diagonally as well, quite high, and he's able to chest it, head it, use his feet obviously, and keep it down and just control the ball well. He's been brilliant today, O'Brien. To be fair, Fernandinho in the centre of the park. Plays across field to John Stones. In fact, it's not. It's cut out by Bernardo Silva. City have had 4 attempts, 2 corners to Marseille's 2 attempts and 0 corners. However, Marseille are on the ball now after winning the possession from Kyle Walker. Number 22 forced back to his centre-back as under pressure from Riyad Mahrez. I think his name is Gay. Is it Idrissa Gay? I don't know. But he goes down and Marseille have a free kick near the centre circle. Brian, would you say Diaz has transformed City's backline? If you followed the Manchester is Blue podcast show, Brian, before Diaz signed, he'd already transformed it for me. I love Diaz. I loved him before he signed for City. But yeah, for me, transformed that City backline. And for the first time, I think, well, certainly in my lifetime, for the first time, we've got 4 fully fit centre-backs playing very well. For saying we had one of the worst defences in the past 2-3 years in terms of what we were expecting from a City team, it's just been transformed. Although one of our centre-backs, like I said, is playing left-back. The ball played out to Ake. He can't get the ball. Florian Forvin's able to knock the ball, keep the ball, stop Ake getting to the ball, and it goes out for a goal kick to Marseille. 37.5 minutes played. The scoreline remains 0-0. Hillary, I'm not gonna send you the link. Why would I send you the link to the game? Pay for it. There's no link. Stop watching illegal streams. If you can't afford to listen to it, I feel sorry. Well, I'm not sorry for you. I'm sorry you can't watch it because you might not have enough money. Listen to it on the radio. Stop trying to get this page shut down. I don't know how many times I've got to say it. Just either listen to the commentary here or the radio, whatever, or buy BT Sports and watch the game. Stop trying to get the page shut down. That's the last of it. City win back possession just on the edge of our penalty box through Bernardo Silva. He's charging forward. Ilkay Gundogan pressurising up the field, brought down by the Marseille man, number 22, Gay, and he is booked for that challenge. City won a very good break, 4-3 in City's favour, and it was Ilkay Gundogan who was brought down, quite rightly, a yellow card. But yeah, Hillary, yeah, no. Best player, Vincent Kompany. What, in defence, Lorraine, or ever? But yeah. Anyway, back to commentary. I think I've come to the end of the comments. Seem to have dried up a little bit, but thank you all for, again, tuning in. Keep your comments coming. Thoughts on the game so far. Who your standout performers are. And I'll do a bit more commentary until half-time, and I'll read through as many comments as I can. Keep them coming, Blues. Bernardo Silva on the right wing. Right wing. Finds Ilkay Gundogan, plays Riyad Mahrez on the right-hand side. Crossed in by Riyad Mahrez. Doesn't beat the Marseille man. Trying to find Ilkay Gundogan. Mandanda comes out and claims the ball. Under pressure from Ilkay Gundogan. Keeps hold of it. And it is the goalkeeper who's going to take the kick. So City have been relatively well on top. Possession has been massively in our favour. couple of good chances. Mahrez one-on-one with the keeper, just can't find the back of the net. And it's the story of City's season so far, other than the Burnley game. We're just struggling. And again, yes, this is a nothing game, but you kind of want to go in with a bit of momentum. We've won 2 games on the trot now against Burnley and Fulham in the league. You'd want that little springboard in midweek to keep us going. United are going to be depleted a little bit, having to play on Thursday nights. Thursday nights. Marseille on the break here on the right-hand side. Ball played in, and it is kicked out of play by Jermaine. And it is out for a goal kick. John Stones putting Jermaine under a lot of pressure there, forcing the striker to kick it out. In fact, I think it did actually come off John Stones last. I think he's got away with that, John Stones. No, he didn't. It did come off John Stones last, and it is out for a corner. I do apologise. So, corner to Marseille in the 41st minute. Right-footed of Dimitri Payet, former West Ham winger. Crosses the ball in. City able to clear it only as far as number 25, Sakai. Crosses it into Jermaine in the penalty box. Ilkay Gundogan takes it down, then clears it well, left-footed. Riyad Mahrez has been clambered on by the Marseille man. No foul given. In fact, the referee has given advantage to Marseille as they cross the ball in. Aymeric Laporte misses the ball completely. The ball played in, wins the header back, Aymeric Laporte. The ball's fizzed in by the number 8, I believe, and it's just wide. Zach Steffen was under a little bit of pressure there, but luckily it was wide. Sakai for Marseille has gone down holding his right shoulder here. It was down for a long time. It was number 8, hit it into the ground. Wasn't a clear shot, and it was inches wide. It was Morgan Sanson for Marseille. Sakai's back up after injuring his right shoulder. Seems to be trying to run it off. Zach Steffen takes a short goal kick to John Stones. However, not on the same wavelength from Aymeric Laporte there. And Zach Steffen kicks out for a throw-in on the far side to Marseille, deep into City's half. Ball crossed in. Number 22 in the penalty box. Tries to throw it back. Zach Steffen getting a vital touch on it to stop it coming in, but knocks it out for another Marseille corner. Marseille doing very well, in fact, in the last 5 minutes. Coming into the game very well. Could nick a late first half goal here. Zach Steffen touching the top of his shoulder, knocking it out for the corner. And Marseille looking to take a short one, but Riyad Mahrez is quick to stop that from happening. And Dimitri Payet looks to be planning on whipping it in with his right foot. Ball played in, corner taken. Nathan Ake just gets a little nudge on it. Fernandinho clears it, only as far as number 22. Riyad Mahrez pushes the Marseille player, but an offside has been given. City take the quick free kick. The referee's having none of it. Riyad Mahrez was breaking away there. The one time Riyad Mahrez is pushing forward, the referee pulls it back. Anyway, John Stones on a ball, plays it infield to Ilkay Gundogan, the Man City's very own sleeping pill. Aymeric Laporte on the ball, feeds it to John Stones, out to the right back position in Fernandinho. Playing it further up the pitch to Kyle Walker. John Stones a bit further back. Finds Aymeric Laporte. Nathan Ake out on the left. Feeds it back into Aymeric Laporte. City just having a bit more passive possession on the, in the centre-back positions. Not looking to get it too far out the pitch. I just think they're going to see out this first half with just a bit of passing and a bit of possession. And maybe start quick and fast-paced in the second half. 44th minute, 0-0. Scoreline remains. Aymeric Laporte just creeping into the Marseille half. Fernandinho. Since you can't find a forward baller, just knocking it between the back line, between Fernandinho, Laporte, Stones and Ake. Laporte currently on the ball now. Finds Stones, finds Fernandinho. Seems to be the same names, I keep repeating. Kyle Walker finally plays it across. Can't find Ferran Torres. Marseille come away with the ball here. On the left-hand side, number 28 feeds it into Gay. Ball kept in well by number 4. Kyle Walker and John Stones well to intercept there to win back possession for City. Kyle Walker playing the ball back to Zach Steffen. Just a little bit ahead of him, but he manages to keep hold of the ball. 45 minutes played into added time. The scoreline is 0-0. City just keeping the ball, passing it between themselves. Nobody really looking to get forward. Fernandinho in a holding midfield role finds Ilkay Gundogan, plays a forward ball. Finally to Bernardo Silva, plays it out left to Phil Foden. Misplaced pass, goes out for a throw-in on the far side to Marseille. Phil Foden sort of dropped off the pace a little bit. There's 2 minutes of added time before half-time whistle is blown. Marseille on the ball. Phil Foden doing a bit more defending, putting the Marseille man under a lot of pressure, but he's able to get through past Ake, can't get past Aymeric Laporte, wins the possession and plays it back to Zach Steffen. Finds John Stones, pushing forward, decides to pull it back, push it forward, probably pull it back again. No, fizzes the ball forward, trying to find Kyle Walker, who's on a sprinting run, ball's far too ahead of him, and it goes out for a goal kick to Marseille. Wasted an opportunity there by John Stones. There was plenty of space for Kyle Walker. It was a bit over the top, too driven. And in the end, it came to nothing. 1 minute of added time left to play. Pep Guardiola sat down with his big puffy coat. Sort of commentators on the TV always talk about the attire, so I thought I'd join in. Wait until Gary Neville comes in. Manchester United and all this rubbish. That's what he sounds like. But yeah, what would you improve, Blues? Would you improve anything? Do you like what you're seeing for City? Just calm and collective, a point's good enough. Well, it doesn't matter, even if we lose, it's still good enough. But obviously we want the win, of course, but are you happy with what you're seeing from City? Just keeping the energy levels low, just having a nice game, passing game, keeping a lot of possession, and just getting some of these players some slow fitness levels worked up. Give Pep a little bit of a headache maybe going into the derby. On the back of this performance currently in the first half, do any of these players get into your starting 11 against United at the weekend? John Stones has got to be one of them. Kyle Walker, of course, another. So that's two I probably would be agreed with most people. Fernandinho in the centre attacking midfield tries to find Bernardo Silva. Riyad Mahrez dips in, breaking through the penalty box. Riyad Mahrez finds Phil Foden on left wing. Tries to get a shot in, does find the target, but it's a tame shot straight down the throat of the keeper. And I believe that is going to be half-time. And it is. The referee blows for the half-time. What do you make of that first half then, Blues? Calm, collective, passive possession. One clear-cut chance by Riyad Mahrez. Nothing came of it. Marseille a bit more attack-minded compared to the first game they played against City a couple of weeks ago. But that's all I can really say. There's been no standout performers by the likes of Nathan Ake, who's played very well at left back. Bernardo Silva seems to be everywhere on the pitch, popping up in little spaces, but not really being able to do too much. Phil Foden just can't get into the game. Ferran Torres has been very quiet. Riyad Mahrez is lively at times, but not coming off for him. Kyle Walker seems to be getting into the game as the minutes tick by, but again, I think the possession, the passing for him wasn't really there. Both for and Kyle Walker taking. Zach Steffen looked comfortable in goal. John Stones obviously come on for Eric Garcia, who's gone off injured. What do you think, Blues? What do you make of that first half? I do apologise. I think I'm developing a bit of a cold. My nose is all bunged up. I know I've got a pretty high-pitched voice as it is, but for some reason it seems to be getting a bit high-pitched. But yeah, keep your comments, Blues. I'll go quiet for a little bit, pop in with a little talk every now and then, but keep your comments coming thick and fast. I'll scroll up to the previous comment before I stopped. So have a look. Right, Christophons was the first comment I'll read when I start going. But keep all your comments coming, Blues. I'll read them all out. Let me know how you're doing as well. Let's make this a bit more family oriented. Let me know how everyone's keeping safe. Are you all well? How's private lives going? And everything like that. As well as that, let me know how you're doing. What you think of the first half, of course. Obviously, we're still talking about football. And any other topics you want to bring up, any big talking topics, let me know and I'll write them down if I don't answer them myself, because we're doing, of course, the MIB show tomorrow night. Join us live for that. I think pretty much 4 or 5 admins, including myself, will be on that as we discuss our all-time favourite Premier League City 11. Premier League only, I might add. So maybe join with your all-time favourite. It's not greatest, your favourite. So your favourite City starting 11. So, you know, you could have Adam Johnson in there. Anybody who picks Adam Johnson, shut up and get out. That's the last I'm saying about. But I brought it up. But yeah, let me know your all-time favourite 11 is. And remember to share it tomorrow when we go live. But yeah, keep them coming, Blues. Let me know how you're all doing, how your personal lives are, how the family are. And James Taylor, especially, if you're still watching, make sure you've still not got a City sock on. Thank you very much. And Neil, I hope you're joining me for a beer as well, pal. Yeah, keep comments coming, Blues. I'll just come off just a tad as I catch up on my own drinking. Also, another thing, who would you bring on? You know, improvements. I did say I want to know your improvements as well. Would you start bringing on some of the young lads? You know, City are well on top in its game in terms of possession. Would you bring on the likes of Tommy Doyle? I think, is it Palmer or Nemecha that's on the bench? You never know. Well, them lads might come on. But yeah, let me know. Let me know about what you'd do to change it, what the players you'd bring on. Yeah, keep them coming, Blues. Keep them coming. Bear with me 1 second. Wow. On a side note, Blues, talking of the favourite all-time Manchester City 11, to give you an insight of the type of players I'll be definitely picking my favourite ever City player. And those who haven't followed the Manchester is Blue page for a long time won't know, but those who do, you'll know the player who I'm about to show a picture of, who is my all-time favourite City player. A lot of people are going to laugh. A lot of people are going to laugh because there's so many greater City players that have played in recent times as well as the olden times that are better than this lad. But on his day, when he turns up, he was unplayable. And that is the one and only Martin Petrov. Now, that is a Match of the Day magazine poster in which our very own admin, City Dave, got for me during the first lockdown. I'm going to include this as well. You know, there's no point in me telling people to talk when I can't do it myself. For those who don't know, as a lot of people have been, especially during the lockdown periods, I announced to everyone that I, for a long time now, had been suffering quite badly with depression. I know you probably won't notice I tend to be quite a bubbly character, but I still now I'm pretty bad, especially post lockdown. You know, around Christmas time, I've dropped off the boil a little bit. I'm not in the best of ways, but I try to be as bubbly as I can. There's no point being mardy ass and what have you, as Liam Gallagher would like to say. You know, but for the past 10 years, it's been a very, very tough time for myself personally. And especially during the first lockdown, I was down in the dumps, very, very down in the dumps. And I was just finding anything. I dug up our entire back garden, renovated everything, just to keep my mind at ease, because if I was staying in the house, I know I would have done something to myself. And that's not to be taken lightly. And I want to share that with you all, because I know there's plenty of people now currently watching and who won't watch it, who will go through the same thing currently right now, and have done in the past and will do in the future. That's the bad thing about depression. It will always be there, but just don't be afraid to talk about it. But going back to it, my good friend City Dave, absolute gent. If anybody talks to him in a personal capacity or talks to him one-on-one on the podcast, you will not meet a truer gent than City Dave. Absolutely phenomenal bloke. And one day I was particularly down during lockdown, and about a week later, and bearing in mind City Dave lives in America, He went out online on eBay and bid on that and won it for me and sent it privately without letting me know who sent it, who bought it for me. And of course, it was City Dave eventually when I found out. And it absolutely made my world with that. I know it's only a match of the day poster, but it's amazing how your fan favourite City player really, really, really cheers you up. Just having a picture of him. Funny enough, it's my first ever picture of Martin Petrov that's signed. So, on one note, don't be afraid to talk Blues. Don't be afraid. Even if it's someone like me who's going through the same thing, if you want to private message me, that's absolutely fine. You know my full name. It's it's Danfield and it's not showing up. Private message me on Facebook if you want to talk or anything like that. Remember to get in touch with Samaritans, any other things like that. They're always available and they're always helpful. Or get in touch with us on the page. Just have a natter with us if you really want. Just have a good natter about City. You know, we all have our down days when we talk about City, but yeah, just to bring that up, your all-time favourite 11 Blues, he's definitely getting in mine. I know there's plenty of people out there that will have players that most people wouldn't normally pick as your favourite players. Let me know who they are. Let me know who your favourite players are, and keep them coming. But I just thought I'd share that, Blues. But yeah, I'll start to read through some of the comments, as you've all been absolutely legendary and fantastic and kept them coming. And I did say I was going to start with Christopher Fons, wherever that comment's disappeared to. There we go. Well, I say that, I've lost the comment now, Chris. Oh, there we go. Did you see Angelino last night? We might have missed one of the best left-backs of the next 10 years. Absolutely. Say it nearly on every single podcast. The day we got... Well, technically he's still on loan, but Leipzig will be stupid not to make that deal permanent, which can be initiated by Leipzig at the end of the season. They could have done it in the summer that's just gone, but they opted not to. So he is technically still out on loan, but it was stupid not to make it permanent because he's been phenomenal for him. But yeah. I think we have missed one there. Neil, why do they have to spoil everything? There's people out there, pal. I won't get into that again, but yeah, there are people out there. Krista again, Stones is so good at the moment. He is. He came on. We did look a bit different when he came on, but in a better way. We looked a lot more solid. Has anyone else noticed Stones' leadership qualities and traits starting to shine through a little bit? He seems very vocal, very commanding, which is nice to see. We've never really noticed that with him. He seems to be that tall, lanky sod that is like shy and timid, and maybe he's just starting to branch out his shell a little bit now and become that player we thought we were signing for 50 million. And fingers crossed that'll be it now. James Taylor, for instance, not being on long, but man of the match so far, John Stones. Neil Horrell, I think we need to step it up second half. Absolutely, pal. Shane agrees with me totally on a striker thing, but most City fans are the same. But Pep won't buy a tall striker, so for me, unless that mentality changes, we will face the same issues. Because we keep the ball so well, teams will park the bus. We need a player to challenge the centre-backs. Remember, if we didn't have Dzeko, we would have won the title. We wouldn't have won the title, absolutely. That is probably one of the more famous underrated goals for City in recent times, isn't it? Dzeko's goal. I mean, my all-time fond memory of the last few games of that season was Vincent Kompany's header against United. That was the game that drew us level and put us ahead on goal difference. That was the game. So that for me, that was the biggest game of the season by a massive mile. But in terms of the more underrated goals, Dzeko's header to get us back in level with QPR, that underrated. And yeah, you got a tall striker in there. Just some of these high balls, every corner we seem to have recently, if it doesn't beat the first man, or when it is whipped in perfectly, it's always won by the defenders. We've got tall, short lads on that pitch. Even when the centre backs get up there, like Rodri especially, tall, lanky sods above the rest, and he still can't get to the head. So that could be an argument against buying a tall striker. You know, tall, lanky centre backs with all the strength can't win the header. Well, what's the chance of a tall striker going to do it? But they're up there anyway. Jed Crowley, how are you doing? Playing with 9 men, get Foden and Torres off. Do you know, I can't disagree with that.
I can't disagree with that. A lot of people up front have been quiet. Mahrez has been lively, but not good enough. But no, I can't really disagree with that. Absolutely, Rain. City can do this. It's a nothing game at the end, but we'd still all like a win. We're City. We're City fans. Of course, we want to win. Doesn't matter who it's against or what the game initiating is worth. We still want the win, of course. Christophon's are playing to Shane O'Hara. It would be amazing to have a striker that can dominate inside the box, the air inside the box. Absolutely. Joe Knowles, how are you doing? Want to win? No. Give us high morale for Saturday. Absolutely, pal. Laney, get all 4 EDS lads on at half time. It's Pep. We complain he doesn't make more than 1 substitution through 90 minutes, let alone 4 at half time, pal. Come on. I thought you were supposed to be the voice of reason. So, Neil Horrell, keep it the same till 60, 65 minutes, then bring on the force. All right, Luke. Laney's gone for Gundogan off, Doyle on, Bernardo off, Nemecha on, Mahrez off, Bernabe on, and Torres off for Cole Palmer. Lewis Cooper, how are you doing, pal? Like the Porto game, no idea up front. Not clinical enough either way. James Taylor, happy, but a goal will soften up Marseille, then we'll probably score more. Absolutely. I think it's just that we do need that little springboard goal that will get us up and running. Jenny, tea time. I've already had mine. It was a lovely Gordon Ramsay style dinner. And I mean, it is a proper Gordon Ramsay plate full of absolute shite. Chips, chicken dippers and beans. The perfect meal you want when you come in from a hard day at work. Hard day at work. Laney, why is that pillow red? What pillow? What pillow? What are you talking about? Check there's no other pillows. Lewis Cooper, what's Bernardo's and Foden's best position? Foden would be better central, in my opinion. Wasted on the left. Bernardo is having zero impact like last week. Feels like too many square pegs in round holes tonight. Funnily enough, Bernardo is playing more centrally tonight in his most natural role. And he doesn't seem to be performing as well as he does on the right wing. For me, anyway. From the games I've seen him playing the right wing, he's a bit more effective. But tonight, he's not really... He's been good. He's popping up in spaces, but he's not doing enough for that attacking midfield position. And yet, Phil Foden is playing out on the wing, where he can't really perform that well, but he plays brilliant in the centre of the park, and he's out on the wing. I'd stick Mahrez on the left, Torres up front, Phil Foden out in central, Bernardo Silva on the right. Mix it up. Try something different. You never know. Christophons, bring on Palmer, Doyle and Felix. Absolutely. Laney, have you wiped it clean? What the hell have you on about wiped it? Oh, that. Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, it was a bit dusty. Lorraine, absolutely. It was Martin Petrov. And cheers, Laney, for that, pal. Thank you. You think he looks like Pablo Zabaleta? Personally, I don't see it, but if you think so. Jenny's saying she won't take the vaccine. We'll stay away from COVID talk tonight, just because I think that'll bring up a lot of indifferences, and we're a football page. You know what I mean? Just keep it all as much as we can. Laney, is it just me that Christophons to do an MIB promo pic posting with 2 thumbs up saying, hey. Don't know what you're getting at there, pal. James Taylor, thanks for sharing, Dan. More people need to talk about the topic. On a personal note, feel free to DM me anytime, being there too. Cheers, mate. It means, honestly, that message means a lot. But likewise to you as well, pal. Jenny, nice. Chips for me, lol. There's nothing wrong with chips, but I think it's more Jamie Oliver. Not Jamie Oliver. Jesus Christ, he'll ban chips, Jamie Oliver, won't he? Change it at half time. Laney called it. Although it's not a player Laney called, but here's a change. Raheem Sterling coming on at half time for Ilkay Gundogan. I can't make out, Pep, I can't make him out. You know, we're playing a league game in which we're playing all the first team players who you'd expect to start on a regular basis and doesn't make a change in a full 90 minutes when we've got a nothing game in midweek where we can start bringing some of them players that we play in midweek on for those players and rest them. And yet in the game that means absolutely nothing, he makes substitutions at half time. I can't work it out. Pep is a mystery. He's an absolute mystery. But yeah. Krista, I see a huge difference in Stones after Diaz came. This really shows what an absolute enormous signing Diaz has been. If his leadership rubs off on other less confident players so they can up their performance, it just shows how much of a leader Diaz is, even when he is not playing. Company status in my book. Absolutely, mate. I think the confidence he brings as well allows the other players to be a bit more confident in that back line. It's been the best City defence totally for a number of years for me. It's just weird how we finally settled the defence that the attack seems to go out the window. We can't have one or the other. We can't have both. It's either one or the other. And I don't know. Shane, like I said, Blues, problem isn't system. It's the fact that too many crosses gotten met. Teams know how to defend against us. Look at Spurs, 2 shots, 2 goals. Absolutely. Defend and then counter. Absolutely. Jenny, yeah, my apologies. No worries. The fonts from Happy Days, Laney. Laney, what the hell? Yeah, right. I'm up to date, Blues. Anyway, second half is just kicked off. City on the ball already as Marseille gave the ball away. However, we're starting brightly. Bernardo Silva trying to feed through a ball in the centre of the park. Can't find Ferran Torres. However, City retain possession through Fernandinho in the centre circle. Hopefully, there'll be a couple of goals in this half because it's been a bit lacklustre. Nathan Ake playing the ball back to Merritt Laporte. Remember, Blues, Nathan Ake is playing in the left-back position tonight. Fernandinho with a cross ball all the way to Riyad Mahrez on the right-hand side. Finds Mahrez, doing well. Keeping hold of the ball. Feeds Fernandinho in. Fernandinho tries to chip balls to try and find Raheem Sterling, who's well offside. Doesn't even bother to attempt to go to that ball and lets the ball trickle through to the goalkeeper, Steve Mandanda. Takes a short throw in to his centre-back, who then just crosses the ball infield. Does find Gay, the number 22. Sakai left-back position, feeding with a number 22. 1 touch, 2 touch pass from Marseille. And play all the way back to their goalkeeper. James Taylor, KDB is warming up. Is it... If you were Pep, obviously KDB is warming up. If you were Pep, knowing that you've got United at the weekend, in a game that if we beat them, we go above them, fingers crossed, would you bring KDB on to get some fitness before the game? Because obviously he's not been firing on all cylinders, KDB, and maybe this is a game for him to get a bit up and running. Is this the perfect game for him to get a little bit of fitness, or would you rather not bring him on and just see this game out for what it is and whatever the result is and just make sure KDB has a full week's rest going into the United game? What would you do? Bernardo Silva playing Riyad Mahrez out on the right, breaking into the penalty box. Riyad Mahrez plays the ball through to Ferran Torres and tucks it past Steve Mandanda in goal. 1-0 City. Riyad Mahrez feeding through. Ferran Torres into the back of the net, side foots it past Steve Mandanda. 1-0 City in the 47th minute. Breakthrough goal. Get in. Whew. Feels weird celebrating a goal for some reason, but yes, John Stones starting the attack, finds Bernardo Silva, plays the ball out wide to Riyad Mahrez, who just directly runs at the Marseille defence, feeds the ball to Ferran Torres, well onside Ferran Torres, right-footed, plays it to the side, left-hand side of Steve Mandanda, into the back of the net. Goal for City, 1-0. Yes! Riyad Mahrez with the assist. And now everyone's commenting goal. Come on, lads. You thought you were about 5 or 6 seconds ahead of me. Neil, to be fair, I saw that live this morning. You did tell Laney you said Torres was going to score first. So, yeah, credit to you, pal. Credit to you. Another good podcast by Laney this morning, by the way, Blues. If anybody hasn't watched them already, he does a Wednesday 9:30 in the morning Breakfast with Laney show. He doesn't allow you on unless you've got a bacon sarnie and a cup of coffee or tea. He's very strict when it comes to that for some reason, yet he never has one on him. Joking, I am. I sound like Bryn from Gavin and Stacey. But great podcast this morning. Give it a listen, Blues, and all the other podcasts that we do. They just keep getting better and better. And yeah, keep your feedback going. We're trying to get many of you on. We've had a few page followers come on. And the shows keep getting better and better, in my opinion. I hope you feel the same. But Laney especially had a good one before tonight's game in terms of a preview. And yeah, Neil, you did call it. You did call it indeed. Marseille breaking through on the right-hand side here through Forvin. Nathan Ake doing what he's done brilliantly all game, intercepting that play and knocking it out for a corner to Marseille. Great challenge by Nathan Ake, who hasn't put a foot wrong for me tonight. He has been probably man of the match for me so far tonight, Nathan Ake. He's just been solid everywhere he's been on that pitch tonight. Marseille set to take the corner. Danichi Payet more likely, right-footed. Dodgy hairdo. Right-footed, whip deep. Nathan Ake again with the header clearance, only as far as number 22, who can't get the shot away. Driven back in by Payet. Shot first time taken by the number... whoever. First time shot inside the penalty box, just wide, and I mean inches wide. It's a Payet with the ball placed back in, just wide, out for a goal kick, thankfully. City very lucky, it has to be said. None of the defenders are on touch then, as Marseille win back possession from the clearance from City. Just holding up the ball well in that centre of the park. Just finding the right passes for Marseille. Raheem Sterling intercepts the ball, though. Tries to play the ball through to absolutely no one, and Marseille able to win back possession. Wasted opportunity for that. James Taylor, it was absolutely top show this morning. And Shane, yeah, literally as you comment, they score. Keep commenting, mate, if that's how it works. Ball whipped in by Marseille, headed over from Aymeric Laporte. Stefan just comes out and claims. Laporte is apologising there. He's not really been on top of his game today, Laporte. He's been a bit everywhere today, not in a good way. A few things have come off, but his passing and defending has been a bit shaky, is probably the best word. I can't really put my finger on it. If anybody's been concentrating primarily on Aymeric Laporte, let me know your thoughts on him. He just doesn't seem with it. Yeah, like I said, I can't really put my finger on it. Ball trick was all the way back to Steve Mandanda in goal. Kicks it clear. Sakai keeps a hold of the ball for Marseille. Under pressure from Raheem Sterling and Riyad Mahrez, they're forced to kick it wide. Marseille still on the ball, on the left-back position for them. Jabs it infield to number 22, Gay. Play it all the way back to Steve Mandanda in goal. So City keeping a high line, keeping the pressure high. 52 minutes played. City still leading 1-0 through Ferran Torres, an assist by Riyad Mahrez. Stephen, yeah, I say this. I know a couple of Marseille players, but yeah, number whoever. It's a number. It's a universal number whoever. Because it literally means whoever, so I can get away with it in essence. But yeah, even though it's not a number, you know what I mean. Riyad Mahrez on the right hand side. He's got Kyle Walker up with support. Can't break through. Luckily, ball picked up by Bernardo Silva, doing a bit more defensive duties. Finds John Stones. Back to Bernardo Silva, across the field of play to Aymeric Laporte, who furthers the ball of play to Raheem Sterling on the left. Feeds it back to Nathan Ake. Finds John Stones, who field to Bernardo Silva. Kyle Walker, right-hand side of the pitch. Riyad Mahrez, left-footed, diagonal ball across. Can't find any City player. Florian Forvin picks up the ball from Marseille, plays it back to his defender, Sakai. Cheers, Neil. Glad you like it, and keep your comments coming, pal. We enjoy reading them. Honestly, we do. We talk about you quite a lot in a good way, especially with your contributions. So thank you, mate. I know you're doing well. Number 8 in the middle of the pitch, Sanson. Can't direct his pass correctly. Raheem Sterling wins back possession, finds Riyad Mahrez. Plenty of City players in possession. Bernardo Silva through on goal. Tries to chip it back to a City player. Didn't fall to anyone but Marseille player. Can't play with those. Riyad Mahrez picks up the ball inside the penalty box, crosses it in. Can't beat Morgan Sanson, who's able to come away with the ball and clear it. Only as far as Sir John Stones, who kicks it out of play for a throw-in on the far side to Marseille. So good attack there for City. Riyad Mahrez holding up the play enough. Rather than being greedy, he tucked in on his left and decided to play out to Bernardo Silva. However, as much credit as it was to Mahrez, the ball was a little bit too far forward for Bernardo Silva to do much about that. I would have probably preferred Bernardo Silva pulling it back and crossing it in with his left foot. He did have Ferran Torres up in support. But either way, nothing came of it. We move on. Marseille on the ball, on the counter-attack here. Counter-charge as well. And Merritt Laporte rectifying his mistakes I picked up on about 5 minutes ago, making a vital interception and kicking the ball out of play for a throw-in in the near touchline for Marseille. Camera's panning to Sergio Aguero Blues. Do you reckon he may get a few minutes before the match is fully up tonight? What do you think? Fernandinho getting a block in there to win back possession for City. City started the attack well. Raheem Sterling on the left-hand side. Ball pulled back, however. He can't push forward. Fernandinho on the ball again, feeding it through to Riyad Mahrez. Phil Foden trying to play Ferran Torres through. Loose pass by Phil Foden. He's looking at Ferran Torres, sort of saying, why aren't you running? Pass by Phil Foden was at fault there, to be fair. Phil Foden he can't get into the game tonight, Blues. He's really struggling to find any form, any passage of play that's really linking up with the rest of his teammates. He's arguably been our worst weak link today, which is horrible to say because I love Phil Foden. Absolutely love him, as any City fan does. But he just can't get into the game tonight for some reason. And it seems to be one of them games that's set up perfectly for him. And it looks like Sergio Aguero might be stripping down here, ready to come onto the pitch. He's taking his coat off. Laney's going to be liking this. If he carries on taking off all his clothes, Laney's going to be glued to the TV, even if he doesn't come on the pitch. Riyad Mahrez controls the ball brilliantly, but he is offside. 56 minutes played. It remains 1-0 to City. Shane O'Hara, really happy for Stones. Hopefully he plays. Hopefully he stays for Blues. Absolutely, looks stronger this season. Looks like he's filled out a bit. I agree with that. He looks like he's toned out a bit, put a bit of muscle on. Long may it continue, and fair play to him for staying on with us and fighting for his place. Absolutely, mate. Absolutely, hit the nail on the head there. James Taylor told you no City shirt, but still in blue. Ooh, is that why we're not doing that well? Florian Thauvin breaking through on the right-hand side. He's got Nathan Ake and Merritt Laporte up comforting him. Gets the ball in past him, however. Finds Sir John Stones again, who clears it out for a throw-in in the near side to Marseille. John Stones has been a revelation since coming on the pitch today. He's played brilliantly. It has to be said. He's also not put a foot wrong. Nathan Ake caught out of position just, but Marseille were offside there. So City have a free kick. So, yeah, John Stones, who came on, I think, in the 30th minute, he's also putting in a bit of a man-of-the-match performance as well. He's really, really cheering me up. He's almost played a loose pass, however, feeding Marseille through. But luckily, Phil Foden, who I just slated a little bit then, came back and did his defensive duties well, keeping the ball for City. It's Raheem Sterling playing Ferran Torres through on the left-hand side, looking for support, just tiptoeing it across, crosses the ball far to Mahrez. Bernardo Silva can't control. Phil Foden with a very loose, tame shot wide of the goal. No power in that whatsoever for Phil. Again, he just can't do it. He hit the ball into the ground as well, so it wasn't a clean shot. And, oh, come on, Phil, just step your game up, pal. Believe me, there's no player on this pitch. I want you to step up your game more and just love you more than you, pal. Just come on. on the back of this performance so far, I would be surprised if he does start the weekend. It's just horrible to say because I do want him to start. Cheers, Lorraine. Neil, yeah, I did say early, Dan, that Sergio Aguero needs some minutes. Be interesting. Bernardo Silva playing the ball through to Phil Foden. Can he rectify it? Phil Foden right-footed straight down the throat of Steve Mandanda. It's a bit better from Phil, popping up in a little bit of space, having a decent shot over straight at the keeper. Marseille tried an immediate counter-attack. Ball played all the way through, all the way into the hands of Zach Steffen in goal. 60 minutes played. City 1, Marseille 0. Fernandinho on the ball. Playing the ball out wide to Kyle Walker, who's also dropped off a little bit this second half. 15 minutes into it, not really mentioned him once. That's probably a good thing. Less defenders being mentioned, the better maybe. But here is Kyle Walker on the ball. Incidentally, driving infield, finds Bernardo Silva, who's livening up a little bit. Plays it back to Kyle Walker, who feeds it ball back to Fernandinho. Nathan Ake. Phil Foden, 1-2 with Nathan Ake back on the ball. Almeric Laporte. Fernandinho in the centre of the park. Bernardo Silva. John Stones on the right-hand side. Pushing forward, John Stones. Feeds Riyad Mahrez through on the right-hand side. Driving in. Pulls it back. Finds Bernardo Silva more centrally. Looking for that forward ball. Pulls back to Nathan Ake in more defensive midfield role. Turns around. Plays it back to Fernandinho. Driving forward. John Stones. Plays Bernardo Silva through. Riyad Mahrez in the penalty box, breaking through, left-footed, can't beat the first man. Will he get back in time? No, the Marseille man gets there. Referee's given a very tame free kick there. There was nothing in that for Mahrez at all, but apparently that's a free kick. Jesus Christ, I'd love to know what a breath of fresh air does to these for this referee to give a free kick, because I bet they'd go down and red card for a breath of fresh air. There was nothing in that challenge whatsoever. Tit. Let's have a look. Told you a few shows ago, John Stones to City legend. Yeah, it was it a Joe Hart analogy you used, James? It was a Joe Hart analogy, wasn't it? Just remind me, pal. Jenny, you keep working me up to let me down. A lot of women say that. That was awful. Don't take me up on that. That was awful. Just ignore that. But I like doing that, though. I like working you up, thinking to be a goal. Then if we do, there's excitement. If there isn't, you're going to hate me. I'm used to being hated on. It's me. The amount of grief I get on this page is unbelievable. So I'm used to it. So, I'm not too bothered. But, hey, if we score, I'll be 20 times happier. Raheem Sterling on the left-hand side, looking for support. Riyad Mahrez, he finds him, tries to place Sterling back through on the left. Poor pass. Marseille pick up possession. Steve Mandanda clears it. Fires Saka on the right, keeps the ball in play. Fernandinho with the high boot, taking down Morgan Sanson, and it is a free kick to Marseille in the centre of the park. Neil, get another Carlsberg. I talk that much, pal. I'm still on the same one. It's going a bit flat, so I'm going to have to down it, I think. And there's not much in there, but if I down that, I'll be... Well, I tell you what, if we score... I know it's not much compared to what most people down, but if we score in the next 8 minutes, I'll polish that in one go. Hopefully you'll all forget by that point. But yeah, I'm not the biggest of drinkers, for those who know. One of them pints is enough for me to be a little bit tipsy. I'm utterly useless. Bernardo Silva on the right-hand side, driving in field, cut out Benjamin, the Marseille striker. He's playing more defensively. Marseille keep hold of the ball and do a challenge from Fernandinho. Kyle Walker getting back with pace, forcing Marseille to play it back. All the way back to the centre-backs. All the way back to Mandanda in goal. Christopher Walker started as man of the match, but Stones has showed up to play. Love it. Absolutely, mate. James Taylor, Aguero is warming up as well. He is, pal. I believe he's stripping off. Laney's keeping watchful eyes on that, as I said. Jenny, yeah, definitely commentary, don't worry. Neil, get on the hard stuff. San Miguel, you're joking, pal. Water like bumming Carlsberg's enough for me. Hey, Mrs. don't care. I'm a cheap date. It's a win-win. City Dave, being City Dave, saying these words. If you notice, Mahrez didn't actually assist that. It came off another player's toe. Mahrez was not going to pass. I'll stay quiet on that one, pal. Lorraine going off on a bit of a tangent here, saying Carlos Tevez, Yaya Toure, Vincent Kompany, and David Silva, greatest players of all time for City. There's a lot of people that agree, a lot of people that disagree with that, I think. But yeah. Anyway, Blues, what's your thoughts on the game so far? 25 minutes of normal time plus added to play. This remains 1-0. Fernandinho intercepting the ball of play. Finds Riyad Mahrez. Kyle Walker, last shot, right shot. Oh, follows in the back of the net. Keeper did well to parry it out. Only as far as Ferran Torres takes a shot and it goes wide for another corner. Kyle Walker just pops up out of absolutely nowhere there on the outside of the penalty box. Smashes it with his right foot. It was just rising as it went. Steve Mandano was just collapsing in front of that ball, trying to parry it out. He did. What a save by the keeper. What a shot by Kyle Walker. Riyad Mahrez take the corner, left-footed, deep in. Cleared away again by Marseille. Only as far another corner again. Alvaro getting the head, but what a shot that was for Kyle Walker. City take the second corner quickly. Fernandinho with the lob ball in. Nathan Ake, Almeric Laporta in there, trying to head it. Couldn't beat to it. Steve Mandela claims. Come on, we need a score. I'm not down in that. Marseille on the ball again. 65 minutes played. Scoreline remains 1-0. We are making a change, and it is that number 10, that man, Aguero himself, coming on the pitch in the 65th minute for Riyad Mahrez, of all players. That means Ferran Torres will most likely drop to the right. But yeah, Sergio, hang on. It's just click. Pep has made 2 substitutions in 65 minutes of play. Who are you and what have you done with Pep Guardiola? Either way, a lot of people said they wanted Sergio Aguero to play tonight, get some minutes. Dimitri Payet for Marseille is coming off for Mikel Cuisance. Hope I pronounced that correctly. On loan from Bayern Munich. Why the hell I know that, I do not know. But yes, Sergio Aguero is on the pitch, Blues. Can he bag a goal? Can he bag a brace? Can he bag a hat-trick? Can he brag? Can he brag? You never know. Can he brag? Marseille breaking through on the right-hand side. Nathan Ake doing his defending well as Ferran Torres drops. Phil Foden drops back to defend. Nathan Ake cuts out the loose pass. Wins back the ball for City. Still so far for me. Nathan Ake, my man of the match, personally. He's played very well tonight. A little bit on par with John Stones, it has to be said. John Stones has been solid since coming on. For those who are just joining and haven't been keeping up with the game, Eric Garcia went off holding his left knee injured. Raheem Sterling on the left wing. Pulls it back. Can't keep hold of the ball. Marseille have 4 men surrounding him to stop him moving anywhere and win back possession. Neil, don't worry. My little lad sleeps through absolutely anything. He's like me. But that's because I'm deaf. I'm actually deaf. I can't hear a thing. But yeah, don't worry. If I scream because of a goal similar to the shot Kyle Walker took, he won't wake up. And if he does, I'm sure my missus will see to that. Evil look from her. Marseille playing all the way back to Steve Mandanda in goal. Quick pass out. Bernardo Silva, who looks absolutely shattered. You never ever see that for Bernardo Silva. He just looks breathless. Marseille on the massive counter-attack here on the right-hand side. Crosses the ball. Acres of space. Heads it beyond his own teammate there, number 21. Morgan Sanson able to whip the ball back in. Cleared well by Almeric Laporta, who stepped up his game after me batter him a little bit because he's been a bit under par. He's stepped up and done well. Jennifer Ling, how are you doing? Stones so far the only bright light tonight, and here comes Kun. Phil Horrell, Pep heard me say there will be changes at 6. You did say that as well, pal. You did. You seem to be getting everything about spot on tonight. Any chance you could tell me lottery numbers for the Euro Millions on Friday? Could do it at 175 million. Since you're getting everything else right, you might as well tell me that. I'll be your best friend. I'll give you $1 million out of that. That seems fair enough. Throw in on the far side, Kyle Walker to take. 69 minutes played. City remain 1-0 ahead. Ferran Torres almost fed through. Marseille's defenders are able to get back and play the ball back to Steve Mandanda in goal. Jenny, I can only listen to your commentary, Dan. Is that because A, you don't have a radio, and B, you don't have TV, or are you forced beyond your will to listen to me? Because anyone in the same mind wouldn't. I think you just come here for the comments rather than commentary. I can barely string a sentence together, let alone speak a word of English. So, but yeah, Marseille on the ball, loose passing, but able to keep hold of it. Last 15 minutes played, City have had 5 attempts and 2 corners to Marseille's 0 across the board there. So we are thoroughly on top, but we still only remain 1 goal in front. James Taylor, strong performance from Stefan. More game time, please, Pep. Yeah, he has actually looked solid tonight. Fair play to him. He's not put a foot wrong tonight, Stefan. He's come out and claimed the ball well. Payet had that early chance in the first half where he smashed it. If it was Edison, he'd been out on goal. Bernardo Silva breaking through, play Ferran Torres on the right-hand side into the penalty box. Tried to play the ball back into Bernardo Silva. Couldn't beat the first Marseille defender who smashes it out for a throw-in on the far side to City. Stephen Chow, has Pep finally realised he needs to get back to winning ways? I think he's always known that. I think obviously every manager wants to win. I think there's no denying Pep's stubborn in some aspects of his managerial thing. But Bernardo Silva breaking through in the penalty box here. Can't beat the first man. Marseille able to clear. Going back to Pep, he's very stubborn in terms of his managerial, but at the same time, his record speaks for itself. 700, this will be 701 games played, is 251st for Manchester City. It's a lot of games in a short period. Well, then again, 4.5 years now, isn't it? His record speaks for itself. I think he's got like a 74% win rate. He's absolutely phenomenal for any manager in the world. So, can't deny it. I think he's always been a winning manager. I think it's just some of his tactics just need to change a little bit. That, and we need a bloody striker. And now with Aguero back on the pitch, who knows? We might finally start scoring some more goals. Marseille breaking through on the right-hand side. Nathan Ake holding up the ball well. Marseille over to bring it infield into the centre circle through their number 6, Alvaro. Number 22, Gay. Puts it out wide to Sakai, number 2. Puts it forward to Cuisance. Looking for that forward run of Forvin. Just find him. Plays it infield straight away. Forvin played through on the right-hand side, but my man of the match again so far, Nathan Ake, intercepts well. Nathan Ake has been an absolute rock at that left-back position tonight. I tell you what, if that's how he plays at left-back more times than not, I'd keep him as left-back for a lot of the time. We've got 3 fully fit centre-backs other than Ake. It's nice having a lot of options. Nice having a lot of options for once. Jenny, no BT. Cheeky sob, Jenny. Phil Foden with a pass back to Aymeric Laporte. Finds Nathan Ake. Crosses the ball over. Almost finding Raheem Sterling, but he's just too small to get ahead to that ball. And Marseille play it safe all the way back to Steve Mandanda in goal. Esteban, I do apologise. I don't really understand the comment. Which corners of each team's ? I'm not 100% sure what you mean, pal. If you rephrase that, I'll be able to answer for you, mate. Neil Horror, what's the score in a Porto game? Got Porto on my... I don't know. I think it's still 0-0, mate. If I'm honest, I've not really been keeping track. Marseille making 2 substitutions here. Again, absolutely. One of them looks familiar. Who's he? Outfield player. He looks so familiar. To be fair, he looks like Adrian, Liverpool's goalkeeper, but an outfield player. Who the hell is he? Phil Foden playing Raheem Sterling through on the left wing. Defenders able to get a nick in and win back possession for Marseille. Able to play it on the left-hand side for Marseille now. Just playing it back there, back line now. They're just keeping a bit of possession. Of course, if Marseille, I think with the current score lines, if Marseille were to get a goal and get a point, they go above Olympiacos into 3rd place, which gives them Europa League games for Thursday nights, which is a mediocre cup for mediocre teams. I mean, I can't think of what other teams play there. Oh yeah, a team in red, wasn't there, that got beaten last night, wasn't it? Who were they? I can't remember. Who the Man United? Oh, that's it, Man United. Thursday nights. Apparently it's called Ake. No, it's Kevin Strootman. That's who it is. There is another Ake. It's Marley Ake. There's 2 Akes on the pitch. Whether they're related, I have no idea. But yeah, so Marseille making 2 substitutions there. City have made 2. I must remind you, 65 minutes played. Sergio Aguero and Raheem Sterling coming onto the pitch. Pep Guardiola making changes. 15 minutes of normal time to play. City remain 1 goal to the good. Jennifer, I'm not 100% way to take that. To be fair, that comment. For those who don't know, the comment is you are close to a minute behind us down here in Australia, I believe. So I have turned you down, but still listening. If you don't like listening, I don't feel hard done by. If you prefer just to watch the game, honest to God, I don't mind that. If I'm a minute behind, I do apologise. But it says how bad my internet is over here, considering I think you're in Australia and you're a minute ahead of me. City have a corner in the 76th minute. All the big boys up. I'm Eric Laporte, John Stones. Phil Foden to take, left-footed. Whipped into the ball, into the box. Deep, Ake with the header. Sergio Aguero! Smash! Well, it's not smash. He taps the ball into the back of the net. 2-0. 2-0. Sergio Aguero. You can almost cry. We've missed him, haven't we? The man they call Kun. Nathan Ake with the header. Aguero onside, rebounds off the keeper, parries it into the path of Sergio Aguero, who right-footed taps it into the corner of the net. City, 2 goals, clean sheet currently, on for 3 points in a nothing game, but heading for a good springboard to take us into the weekend fixture against Scum. And Aguero back on the pitch, back amongst the goals. We love you, boy. We absolutely love you. Hopefully he can stay fit for the remainder of the season now. Cheers, Stephen. You're the only one who does, Jenny. You're the only one who does. Jay Taylor, go. Absolutely. Lorraine, yep, 2-0. Jenny, party time. Absolutely. So, 78th minute played. City 2-0 up. Sergio Aguero back amongst the goals. Ferran Torres winning possession back here for City, breaking it in the penalty box. He's got Sergio Aguero, he's breaking past the defender, cross it back, goal headed behind for a corner from Alvaro. Very, very interesting counter-attack from City. The ball was just sort of chipped by Ferran Torres rather than whipped in. He had plenty of men ahead, and he decided for a lofted pass. Poor, really, but Marseille headed behind for a corner in which Phil Foden's going to take again. Will Nathan Ake get a head onto this again? Nathan Ake won the header in the last corner. I've been bigging him up all game. I love Nathan Ake. In fact, he's becoming one of my favourite players at the moment. Sergio Aguero John Stones and another Marseille player, number whoever. On a nice little word with the referee, he's saying, look, pints after, yeah, anybody pieing. Phil Foden takes a short corner. Raheem Sterling, right-footed, outside the penalty box, takes a shot through everyone. Mandanda gets down well. Kicks it immediately out of play. Fernandinho defending brilliantly, gets ahead to it. However, the referee stopping play as the Marseille man goes down, holding his leg. Ake, I believe, again. Yeah, it is. Marley Ake. Can anybody do any research for me and find out if Nathan Ake and Marley Ake are related? They could be completely different people from completely different countries. It would be interesting to know. So I thought Nathan Ake was the only player in the world called Ake. That's the most boring tangent I think I've ever gone off. Anyway, 80 minutes played, 2-0, drop ball from the referee, City player back to Fernandinho. Zach Steffen in goal, on the ball. Crosses the ball all the way out to my man of the match so far, Nathan Ake, who gets a touch on it first time, and the ball is kicked out of play by a Marseille defender. Nathan Ake to take the throw in on the near side. Pep, for some reason, just calling somebody a wanker. Poor throw in by Nathan Ake, won back by the Marseille defence. Marseille still on the ball, but Nathan Ake intercepts. That's my lad. Poor pass by Nathan Ake, won back by Marseille. City win back the ball through Fernandinho. Bernardo Silva on the right-hand side has got Kyle Walker playing up front for him. Starts to slow the ball down, finds Kyle Walker on the right-hand side, just outside the penalty box. Kyle Walker brings it back to Stones. Laporte in the centre circle. Out wide to Nathan Ake. Finds Raheem Sterling on the left wing position. Drives the infield back to Aymeric Laporte. Nathan Ake. Raheem Sterling once again. Under pressure from the Marseille defenders. Loose touch by Sterling. And he does foul the Marseille man. And it is a free kick to Marseille. 9 minutes of normal time to go, plus added time. Who's everyone's man of the matches so far? Is there another goal in this game? Who for? Which side? Who do you reckon will score it, if so? And where does City go on from here then? Is this a positive game? Is there much to improve on? Is it a good springboard scoreline / game to go into the weekend? What are your thoughts, Blues? Let me know. Marseille on the ball, just out into their penalty box through Steve Mandanda now. James Taylor, told you it would open up after the goal. City looking much more on top, more than they have been. Fernandinho almost finding Sergio Aguero, but intercepted by Alvaro in the centre-back position for Marseille. Now Marseille starting an attack of their own. Jennifer. Cheers, Jennifer. You know me, I like to have a little dig. The ball goes out of play for a Marseille throw-in, which Strootman took, and Marseille keep holding the ball all the way back to their centre-backs. So City still very much on top all the way into the 82nd minute. I did say about 10 minutes ago, Bernardo Silva looks absolutely shattered, but he seems to have just had a Red Bull or something. He's got wings. He's flying around the pitch like no tomorrow, but yeah, it's good to see. But any other changes from Pep, do you reckon, Blues? Do you reckon we'll see any of the young EDS lads coming onto the pitch? Seems stupid not to. Give them a few more minutes. Get Felix Nemetra on. I don't know how many played against Tranmere. Was it last night or the night before? I think it was last night. They did lose. It was a cup game. But it'd be interesting to know if any of them did. I doubt it because they would have flown out straight away if they did. But I'd love to see some of these lads come on. Marseille starting an attack on the right-hand side. Number 8, Sanson, trying to get the ball in. Can't beat. My man of the match again, Nathan Ake. He's just been phenomenal tonight, Nathan Ake. He really has been. Closely followed up by John Stones, who came on the 30th minute, should I say. It's just been a nice, solid performance tonight. There's been no pissing about on the ball. You know, we've had our chances. We've taken some. We've wasted a couple, as you'd expect in any game of football. but we've defended well as a unit. We've passed well. We've won the ball. There's pressure there. It's been a good game up to the 84th minute. Fingers crossed nothing bad happens now. Not that it would matter in the long run, but Marseille on the attack now. Here's Ake on the ball for Marseille. That's Ake's Marseille. I'll just call him Marley. Sanson pulls it back to Alvaro. Cuisance, Marley, Sanson. I think it's Sanson, or has he gone off? Looks like Sanson. Show number 8 still Sanson. Cuisance, under a lot of pressure from City. Kyle Walker picks out the loose pass and wins back possession for City. Ferran Torres starting the attack. Kyle Walker driving, bombing on the right-hand side, pushing forward. Soon as I say that, pulls it back all the way to John Stones. Fernandinho on the ball in the centre circle. Wait, did we score before the 80th minute, the 70th minute? That means I'd have to down my pint. I've completely forgot about it. Thank God for that. Let's have a quick. Somebody or one of our admins has gone absolutely crazy, telling us don't forget, and I will remind us. Don't forget to subscribe to YouTube Blues and to the Apple Podcasts if you prefer to follow them via that. Please leave us a nice 5-star review, even if it's not for me. But like Delaney and his breakfast shows and all the other podcasts we do, we personally feel we're getting better. We feel like the content we're bringing out is a hell of a lot better than what it used to be. We improve every time, I personally think anyway. And we aim to be much better for you. So please give us reviews and please let us know what we could do to improve. We always like constructive criticism. Let us know what you'd like us to discuss, the way you'd like us to discuss it. If there's things we're doing that doesn't really work, please let us know. Anything we can improve. And if you do like something, please let us know. We love the praise. We'd certainly open up an hour podcast just to listen to praise. But yeah. Anyway, back to the game tonight. 86 minutes played, 2-0 City. Ferran Torres, acres of space on the right-hand side, driving infield, gets past one, gets brought down, free kick on the edge of the penalty box. Ferran Torres brought down. Who's going to take this? This is a left-footed opportunity for City. Mahrez has gone off. Okay, Gundogan's gone off. Who's going to take it, do you reckon, Blues? Personally, I'd just say sod it and let Kyle Walker smash it. Let's have a quick gander here. Neil, of course, City, absolutely. James Taylor, Marley, Ake is French. Thank you very much for that, pal. Neil has gone man of the match between Ake and Stones. I think that's about right. James Taylor, you can do one now. Disagree with me. You never disagree with me, pal. Come on. It looks like Phil Foden's going to take the free kick. Of course, he is left-footed. I don't know why I didn't think of Phil Foden. To be fair, I completely forgot who was on the pitch, which is horrible to say, but, you know, is what it is. Just outside the penalty box on the right-hand side as we face the goal is where the free kick is. Literally about a yard outside the penalty box, if that. Phil Foden, left-footed! Just wide. Just wide. He's had one of them games, Phil Foden. Just got well over the wall, just wide, hit the back netting, right at the back of the side of the netting. I don't know what it is about Phil tonight. He's popping up in the spaces. He's got on the ball quite a lot. He just can't click. Just can't click tonight. Kyle Walker intercepting the ball there for City, winning back possession. Sergio Aguero almost keeping hold of the ball, but under a lot of pressure from Marseille. He opts to rather leave the ball and not get clattered into, which is a wise move on my behalf, I say. On his behalf, should I say. 2 minutes of normal time to play. Alvaro, the centre-back for Marseille on the ball, playing it all the way back to Steve Mandanda in net. That's where we'll keep it. We'll keep it your side of the pitch, boys. Jenny, I've got my streamers ready for the pending goal. I think there might be another goal in this. I think we might nick a last-minute goal. It's edging that way for me. Raheem Sterling, ball crossed to him on the left-hand side. Played infield to Fernandinho in the centre circle, playing out wide to Kyle Walker. Pulls it infield to John Stones. Fernandinho in the centre circle once again. John Stones once again. Out wide to Kyle Walker. Crosses the ball forward. Finds Ferran Torres beautifully. Nudge on but to Aguero. Ferran Torres breaking through to the penalty box. And he can't keep the ball in play. Sorry, Jenny. It did look quite an enticing attack there from Ferran Torres. He did everything right. The passing, one-touch passing from Aguero as well. And Ferran Torres just got a touch to it, but he knocked it slightly. Oh, I'll tell you what, that might just have stayed in. It wouldn't have mattered anyway. He crossed it in. It didn't find any City player, so it doesn't matter either way. But I think it just stayed in. Just. It was John Stones' fraction of a hairstyle, just in. As the ball is kicked out for a throw-in and the near touchline close to the dugouts for Nathan Ake. Ake? Who the hell's Ake? It's very posh indeed. Why do you do a podcast? It's a posh Manchester City podcast. Here's Sergio Aguero on the left-hand wing, finding Raheem Sterling, driving infield, finding Bernardo Silva, who I completely forgot was on the ball. Ferran Torres breaking in the penalty box, driving it infield. The keeper! The keeper gets the touch to it. I said there was going to be a late goal. The keeper gets the touch to it, doesn't hold on to it, knocks it into the path of his own defender, who takes a poor touch, and Raheem Sterling is there to tap it into the back. Well, I say tap it, he smashed it into the roof of the net. 3-0 to Manchester City, 3 different goal scorers. We're back in the goals. Just seeing a replay here. Bernardo Silva, with my posh voice at the time, finding Ferran Torres, breaking the penalty box, fizzing a ball right-footed across. Keeper parries it into his own number 3 defender. It falls into the path of Raheem Sterling. I think. Yeah. Sterling just smashed it into the roof of the net. Everyone's onside. 3-0. Convincing win. Great game. Great performances. City are back. That's we've lost to tougher opposition, I will admit, but here come Marseille on attack through Marley Ake. City win back the ball through Raheem Sterling, of all players. John Stones on the ball. Nathan Ake does well, holds up his player well, finds John Stones, defending beautifully from John Stones and Nathan Ake. John Stones smashes the ball forward to absolutely no one. Fernandinho picks up the loose header forward by Marseille. And now City come on another counter-attack. Bernardo Silva, Ferran Torres on the right-hand side. Rather not playing Kyle Walker through, keeps hold of the ball, brings it back to Bernardo Silva and plays it infield to Fernandinho. Ball played out to Aymeric Laporte. Nathan Ake, left back again. John Stones, left back again. He's played left back all bloody night. What am I on about? Fernandinho driving forward, finds Sergio Aguero, pushing the ball forward. He's got men in support, still got hold of the ball just, and he doesn't. He loses possession. Immediately on the counter-attack, Marseille. On the left-hand side through Marley Ake. John Stones using his strength well, can't win back the ball for City. Marseille still on with the possession, pushing forward. Number 6 on the ball. Finds number whoever. Fernandinho getting a little touch in there, but can't win back possession. 3 minutes of added time, almost up. 1 minute left to play. Number 17 for Marseille on the ball. They're just passing it around the centre of the pitch now. City just holding them at bay. Bernardo Silva suddenly just got... Those Red Bulls have definitely given him rings. Marley Ake can't control the ball properly, and the ball is fizzed out for Kyle Walker, who must have got a touch off the Marseille player as he wins a throw-in on the far side, which is going to take a day and an age to take. I believe the referee should blow his whistle after this throw-in. Let me know what you're thinking, Blues. Let me know what you think of the game, what you think of the performances, who your man of the match is. For me, Nathan Ake. I think I know what everyone's going to say. It's just a brilliant performance tonight. Well, not a brilliant performance, and it is full time in the biggest nothing game of City's season so far. A very convincing win, 3-0 with the goals coming from... Who scored the first goal? Ferran Torres. Ferran Torres scoring the first goal. with Sergio Aguero back after his recent injury, getting back into the score sheet, back onto the score sheet, and then Raheem Sterling rounding it off with a 3-goal thriller for Man City, firing it into the roof of the net after a calamitous error between goalkeeper and defender. Sergio Aguero's back Blues, back amongst the goals. Keep your comments coming. Have a quick break from me while I just finish off my pint, drink, the same drink I've been on for God knows how long. Tom Brunt's probably going to join me. In fact, I'll just say that. He's just jumping on. If he can hear me, I don't know if he can. He can hear me. I'm just having a quick drink, mate, and then I'll talk to you about the game.
Absolutely colossal performance by you, that Daniel. Great little commentary, that, my friend. How are we doing? How's your beer?
Not too bad. It's taken me a full match to finish one drink, but you know.
Well, I tell you what. You talked about springboard before going into the game on Saturday. Sergio's back. Torres is playing well. Sterling, poacher finish. Bring it on, mate.
Ake, left back.
Absolutely bring it on. Ake was outstanding. I commented in the first couple of minutes. He was looking quick and really up for it. And he's the type of player where I think Pep's just said to him before the match, go and prove yourself. You're not starting the minute. You need to have an absolute belting game. Go out and prove yourself. And he's done that. And he's given Pep a massive headache there. Massive headache for the selection.
Yeah,
what's going to happen this weekend?
It wasn't even a performance where there were some quiet players. I will admit, I kept picking Phil Ford now. He just couldn't click